to Knit One Heart,
Part
2.
2. Episode 234.
Take
2.
And a half.
And a half.
My name is Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wenny, and I want to apologize because we actually recorded the week before Christmas, and I managed to delete the raw video file before I was able to edit and publish it. I don't know how. I did it for sure, but I think I accidentally imported it into an old video raw file, and when I cleaned them off the hard drive, as I do, I deleted it. Because it's gone. I searched my whole hard drive.
Never land.
I don't know where it went, but it is gone. So
it happens. No big deal. So it's been 3 weeks?
I think so. But we will be on a more regular schedule now.
Hopefully. We should be.
Also, we had recorded a book review last week. That last time that didn't get published. We're going to do that book review next week. Because I don't have my iPad. And
I have my son here who's got my iPad.
Yeah.
So. And if you really want a nice and quiet podcast,
yeah,
you'll let him have the iPad.
So we'll be doing the book review of Cast Iron Cast On by Becky Herrick and Callie Hastings next week. And you really should tune in for that because it is a combination knitting book and recipe book. And it's pretty cool. But we will be doing that next week. So this week, I think you can start.
Well, first off, I got notes.
Oh,
Can you tell I was at an offsite yesterday?
Yeah, I guess so.
I got notes. Not only do I have notes, I got like typewritten notes.
Typewritten notes.
I was at an offsite yesterday, and it's one of the ones that I do a whole heck of a lot of knitting. So, just a reminder, it is the first official week of January. Full week, right?
Yeah. Yep.
We are doing the Blue Moon Fiber Arts Knit Along. Anything from Blue Moon. Socks that Rock. Weeboo? No. What's some of the other?
Wooboo?
Wooboo.
Wooboo.
Any Targi, any of the Blue Moon Fiber Arts yarn bases will qualify for this. So I'm going to explain it here. I hope that I explained it on the thread. I already posted it. This thread is going to last. We're using one thread for the whole year. I will draw once a month, and the winner will get a pattern of their choice. The next month I will draw from the first thread
of the month.
So if I only got 20 threads or 20 posts on the month of January, February will be drawn from 21 through whatever. At the end of the year, I will then draw from the whole thread and give you a skein of Blue Moon.
Oh, cool.
Nothing fancy. If anybody would like to donate prizes for this, I would greatly appreciate it because it will be coming out of my pocket directly because it's something I'm doing, not the whole podcast type of deal. So come along and join the fun. It'll be fun. I've already started mine. Not that I have that much to get rid of. Also, we've decided our January knit along is going to be January/February. We've done this in the past where we've done 2 months, and last year we did every month, but this year I think we're going to go back to 2 months.
2 months. I think 2 months gives everybody more time to get something finished that they can enter in the thread.
Yes.
So.
And January, February is going to be works in progress. This hopefully will help you start the year off right by getting things done.
Yeah.
And so I will post that thread after this because that's
our
responsibility.
Anything that you've started before January could have even been December 31st. But as long as you started it before January 1st, 2016.
This is one of the knit-alongs that does not have to be, preferably is not started in January or February. So anything before January of 2016 will count.
Yep, finish it up.
And you got 2 months to finish it. So if you only have to knit a row a day, that works great.
And if you have like 4 things that you haven't been finishing, you can work on them for the next 2 months and get 4 entries into the contest.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
Also, I've posted a thread on our group. Just so you guys know, if you want to post a thread, have at it. Don't wait for us to do it. This group is as much as yours as it is ours. So I posted a thread on knitting goals. Post some knitting goals that you might want to try and keep up to.
That's a great thread.
I just running down knit from stash. That's always a knitting goal, and I actually did very well last year. I think I only bought four things last year, and 2 of them were commission knitting. One, actually a third one, but that I didn't buy. Somebody gifted me that to knit them.
Right.
And then Max's socks, and then the Rhinebeck socks that we did.
That's pretty
all
cool.
right, now that's 5. 2 sets of Rhinebecks. But
oh,
still,
right. I forgot.
I think I knit over. Well, I knit 16 pairs of socks, but 2 of them were half pairs, so 15 pairs of socks alone. And then I knit other stuff, so I think I did fairly good, and a majority of it was from stash.
I knit a lot from stash last year, more than I normally do. But I also bought a lot of stuff because I have this self-striping yarn problem right now. So this year I'm going to try to knit more from stash, and I'm going to try to knit from old stash that I've been saving for something good, because I was talking to our friend Diane the other night, and I was like, why am I saving a sweater's worth of Dream in Color Classy when I could buy a sweater's worth of Dream in Color Classy next week? It's not like it's custom dyed to be one sweater lot, or that it costs an extraordinary amount of money. It's a little pricey, but it's not like...
It's not extreme.
It's not extreme. So I, because there's something that I want to make that I would need a sweater's worth of yarn, and I was thinking, oh, I'll have to buy something for that. And I realized I should use what I have first. So I'll tell you about that in future dates. But my goal is to try to use up more of my stash this year. And I started a project this week from stash, so that's pretty good.
So I just looked real quick. 32 projects I made. 7 out of them were more recent purchases. I don't know if my Socks at Rock Club shipment counts, but it kind of does. So out of 32 projects, 7 of them were new purchases. That's not bad. Most of mine were stash. So that's one of mine, which also coincides with the fact that I don't plan on buying any new yarn. Mm-hmm. No new yarn purchases. Then I have to knit my Blue Moon fiber art. I think that was a goal last year. I think my goal last year was to knit 6.
Yeah.
I knit 4. Not bad. This year, I'm shooting for 12 to go with this Blue Moon contest. We'll see. I have 2 on the needles right now, so... I plan on doing a cardigan for me. It's one of my knitting goals. Speaking of which, that knitting goal, I would have to purchase yarn for, because I do not have sweaters worth in my stash. So that would be the only yarn that I am allowed to purchase. So other than that, basically I just want to knit my Blue Moon. I don't have a sweater's worth of Blue Moon. So go check out the knitting goals. See what you might want to do. We've had several people already list them, which I think is great. And some of them, a lot of them are just like me, knitting from stash.
Yeah,
or learning new techniques.
I had 31 projects this year. And of those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them were from stash. So hopefully this year will be better. But that's more than I usually knit from stash. I did a lot of like all those hats I made.
Yeah, that was from not even stash, deep stash.
Deep stash, and that Star Wars hat I made was really deep stash too. So hopefully next year there'll be more of that. So on the dance card.
I go first?
Yep.
All right, so I have several things that I've actually actively knit on, which is surprising. I made progress on my fingerless mitts. I finished 1 mitt, except for the thumb. This is to coincide with my gradient wrap that I made that's got the multicolored worsted, and then I made a matching hat. So as you can see, I'm in the yellowish green portion of the yarn, which is not as exciting as my reds and blues, but this is as much as I have left, and I'm hoping it'll be enough to do the second mitt. I made these.
Should be.
Yeah, if not, no, not a big deal. I made these long because I like long fingerless knit. Yeah, mitts because you can tuck your fingers in.
Yeah, I do.
And
too.
if you want them shorter, you just bring this down. What I also did on the bind off, because I thought it was a little loose, is I didn't do the stretchy bind off.
Yeah.
To tighten it up. So this is what it would look like down, so you have more maneuverability on it. It's plain pure wool Patton's wool that I have in my stash. I like it. I could have really used them yesterday, but
it was cold yesterday.
It wasn't finished, so that might go with me to work. I'm not sure. I made some progress on my Edison shawl. I pulled that out. Actually, I made some decent progress on it.
Oh yeah, you did. Looks good.
Kind of looks patriot-y, and I'm gonna try and use that for my colors for my pigskin party.
Yeah, you should.
This is loosely based off of the Color Affection shawl without the short rows. This is a free pattern. I don't remember who it's by. I apologize. She doesn't do short rows on this, and the pattern actually calls for stockinette knitting. I'm not a big fan of purling backwards that way.
Oh, yeah.
So I just figured garter stitch is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have 3 more repeats with all 3 colors. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's long. It's going to be long. It's not going to be as wide. And I still have plenty of yarn, so I don't know what I'll do with all of it.
Make hat mittens.
Yeah, I might do that. So that is one thing, and I have socks on the needles.
What's that sock pattern called?
Kebnekaise. I don't know. Kebnekaise.
Kebnekaise sock. Okay.
So my Edison shawl has a skein of Blue Moon in it, and these are my Blue Moon socks for this month in my anniversary bag, which I love. I love this. So this is the, what did we call it? Kebnekaise?
Kebnekaise.
Kebnekaise sock?
Kebnekaise.
This is also a free sock. I first think I noticed it off of Instagram. Karen from Round the Twist posted. I think this is exact colorway. This is a Mills End from Blue Moon, but I believe it's based off of their Tipsy colorways.
Yeah.
Where you get mostly white with a little touch of color. So, it's really, really simple. Basically, you're just purling the color. I'm almost to the heel. I like this. I did a round toe on it. And mindless.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah, so this is my first official project with Blue Moon in it this year. Because I really can't count that one. That's been on the needles for a while. But I'm hoping that I will finish the sock either tonight or tomorrow, depending on how much time I get to knit. And then work on the shawl at work.
Huh, good idea.
Yeah. And I got 2 more days at this job site, so.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah. And I think that's all I have for on the dance card.
Okay, I have this sock that I cast on, I cast it on right before the New Year. I think I cast it on New Year's Eve, but this is Fiber Nymph Dye Works Bounce Base in Lucky Cat colorway, and this is what it looks like in the skein. Oops, confetti from New Year's Eve. It's pretty.
It is pretty.
I bought this sometime during 2015. So it's not really deep stash, but it is.
But it is stash.
It is from stash, so that's good. And I'm doing the Jeck sock pattern, which is basically, it's free, and it's basically a purl row, a slip row, and a purl row, and it makes a nice little ridge design on your socks. So, and I have now I probably have about 3/4 of an inch to knit. Yeah, or half, yeah, 3/4 of an inch to knit, and then I'll start the heel. So I started those. I liked Lucky Cat for New Year's. I thought that was
that's a good idea.
New Year's colorway. And I really like it.
And it coincided since we were eating dim sum on New Year's.
Mm-hmm. I really like that. So I have that. That's what I'm working on right now. I'm just going to get it out of the way. Then I cast on the Cash cowl. Is by Kiki Kawai, who is Yarn vs. Zombies yarn. And I was going to do, I had said I was going to do this in the episode that got lost, but it's in the new Knitty.
That's right.
And it's a slip stitch pattern that looked like it would be really fun to do, and it's good for heavily variegated yarns. So my original plan was to take one of my heavily variegated Socks at Rock skeins and do that. But I was reading in the pattern how she said you should use one of your more luxury-based skeins that you wouldn't want, the sock yarn, but you wouldn't want to really use it on your feet. And so I was thinking, I don't really have anything like that. I'll just use that. So I opened my bag up and I found this. And this is Double Rainbow on Into the World's cashmere merino silk base. It's nice. Super soft and it's perfect.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it was like lying right on top of my sock bag when I opened it up. I was like, that's what I'm using. So I started it. It's all tangled up here.
It's not in the round?
It's not in the round. It's knit back and forth, and then you do a, what do you call it? Kitchener together. Yeah. Huh. So I have to get it untangled. I'm partway through the row because I was working on this today. You can see I've done one row of the sideways slip. It's really pretty. And it just, look how it just contrasts on the colors. I just think it's so pretty. So I'm super excited about it. This is the second time I've started knitting it. The first time I started knitting it, I was out with my friend and I was casting it on, I forgot to bring, I didn't realize it was provisional. I didn't read the pattern before I left. So I ended up trying to do a provisional cast on with a piece of yarn. I did Judy's Magic around a piece of yarn. Yeah. Got it all on there, started knitting, and it just started coming undone because I did on the wrong side. Oh. So I was like, okay, we're done. I'm not doing this. So I don't normally do that kind. I usually do a crocheted provisional cast on, which is what I did with this one. When I came home that night, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. That was ridiculous. I would never have done that if I hadn't been out without a crochet hook. But it is really a fun pattern, and I think it's looking kind of cool. So that's that.
That's in the middle of town. Let me see.
I think it's looking kind of cool.
I love the colors. Oh, all right.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
And this is like a nice thick yarn. I think it'll be good for this.
I like the colors.
I do too.
What's the name of the colors again?
Double Rainbow by Into the World. And then I still have this on the needles. Oh, where's the rest of it? Oh, this was in here. I'm like, oh my gosh, my project's missing. I'm losing it. I have this one. My Rhinebeck cowl, which I did not work on at all because I need a break from color work right now. I'm just owning it.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I did 4 of those sheep hats, and then I did that Star Trek hat or Star Wars hat, and I'm done doing color work for right now. So this is on hold. I still am interested in doing it. It's losing out right now because it's color work A, and B because I normally have a big plastic container of singles in here that I'm working from that I can't take out.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So yeah, that I'm just putting that to the side, but that's my Rhinebeck cowl that I'm making it up, and I'm using Into the World sock yarn as the background, and I'm using a fiber optic gradient kit with the little minis as the leaves, and that's all I have actively on the needles.
Alright, I don't have a project done, or rate your date, I have a project half done. So, like I said, I've been able to do a lot of knitting lately, and I finished one of these Kebnekaise socks. So just to show you, I did a fish lips kiss heel, Trudy's Magic Cast on. I did a 3x5 rib. I really like how this comes out. This may be a sock that I don't wear in my shoes because it'll get dirty on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
I just like the white and the bright, and it won't stay that way. So the pattern, I'm not giving anything away. It's a free pattern. When you come to the color in your yarn, in your working yarn, in the pattern, so basically out of this pattern, I'm just purling the color because the pattern goes cuff down, and you do like a reverse heel in the sense that the stockinette's on the inside. So you're basically getting the purl on the heel and on the toe, and I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
So in the pattern, when you come to the color in the working yarn, you purl, and then you knit over it, which is fine. It looks great. This one, you can't really notice, but I did it the opposite way around, that when I come to the color on the needle is when I purl. I just wanted to see what difference it would make.
I like this one better because I think it highlights the color more.
I think the white on the bottom and on
it highlights the color more.
So this is the opposite of what the pattern says, and this is what the pattern. Yeah. I mean, really, in the grand scheme of things, when I'm sitting there, no one's going to notice.
No, but when I look at them together, I like the opposite one better.
So, and I also tried the round toe again. It worked okay. I got a little iffy bump over there. I don't know why. It worked okay. I can't even say it was fiddly, but I don't know, because they use yarn overs in it. Yeah, but I think if I try it again, I might pick up the bar and twist left, twist right type of deal.
I use grandmother.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. So I don't know. It's just something different to try with my socks. You get a little bored after a while. But so that's my project done. And I can't wait for these to be done.
Yeah, they're nice.
So nice and squishy. Would be a great mitten pattern too.
It would. Or cowl pattern.
Yes.
I write it up. So I have a rate your date. I finished my Sinusoida socks.
Say that 10 times fast.
Sinusoida socks. I made them go in the opposite direction, so that's why they look different.
That is not how the pattern is written.
No, that is not how the pattern is written, and I understand why, because when you do it in one direction, you have to constantly move the stitches around to accommodate it. So that's kind of annoying. It was much easier to do it in the direction that it's written for, but I like them to be opposite. I really enjoyed this. I like the way that it makes the yarn look where I did the stitch, and I would totally do this again. I would do it as a strip with just the diagonal in it going up. I think it would be really pretty if you just did it in a strip. The problem with this is that this part draws the foot up, so you can see it kind of like curls a little bit because, and it fits just fine because this has a lot of, unlike a lot of slip stitches, because this is diagonal, it has a lot of give to it. But you do have to kind of take that into account when you're doing the foot. You don't want to make it so short that the top of the foot doesn't fit on you, but you don't want to make the bottom so long that the top fits and the bottom has extra heel in it. So you kind of have to like watch that. That would be my only caveat. I knit this out of White Birch Fiber Arts yarn in the You Know Nothing Jon Snow colorway, which I love.
It's a nice color.
Yeah, and they came out pretty nice.
I like how this kind of slants too.
Yeah.
Or is it just...
It's just the yarn is skewing.
It's skewing a little, but it kind of looks cool that way.
I know. I like how it came out. I just think it's an interesting look. And I would definitely use that stitch again. I probably wouldn't do it as much.
In a whole sock like that?
Well, I think if you limited it to a stripe of it and just did the diagonal slant in the stripe, I really think that it would skew the sock up less, and it would look just as attractive.
Yeah, I like how the stitch pattern looks.
Yeah, it's really gives it a neat textured look.
It breaks up any type of, like, that would be great with variegated yarn in the sense of, because it breaks it up a little bit.
Yeah, so yeah, now I can wear these. I didn't wear them so that I could show them on the show. So, yep, my Sinusoida socks are off the needles, and I think that's it for mine.
We were missing
So, Whirlwind Romance, nothing that I'm working on right now. I mean, I guess it's not something I would show on the podcast, but I have been doing a lot of scrapbooking, digital scrapbooking with Photoshop elements that I got for Christmas. So that's kind of my side thing right now, but it's not really something I would show on a knitting podcast. So nothing other than that, but that's what's been taking up my spare time. Future dates.
Socks, and more socks. Although my son did request another pair, and I am not ready to knit more Patton's Croy at this moment. So I have a skein of holiday yarn that's similar color to this.
Yeah.
So I think that might be the one that goes on the needle next, since I hope to finish this maybe with the first week of January for my Blue Moon sock along there. So,
I can't turn that off.
No, that's fine. So that I'll be ahead of the game. But other than that, just finish what I have on the needles so that, I might be able to use the fingerless mittens before it gets too warm. Wouldn't that be grand? We have our friend visiting right now.
Yeah, he's up
Wouldn't be a show without him.
No, he's missed his time in the limelight.
Yeah, you were getting some lovin's though, weren't you?
My future date is I am going to knit a shawl. That's not even true. I'm gonna knit a poncho, and I just have to. I know. I was poking around on Ravelry, and I really was looking for. I guess I was just looking at the new stuff that they were putting out, new recent things or whatever. And I saw a poncho, not the poncho that I'm going to do, but, and I was like, I could really use a lighter weight poncho. I have where is it?
You have a couple of things.
I have a poncho. But it's made out of bulky weight, and that is really weird. Why is it not in here?
What, your poncho? Or?
Yeah, I queued it up, but I don't see it. Maybe I didn't queue it up.
Maybe you favorited it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I guess I'm not going to tell you what it's called because I don't see it here. But I know I put it in here.
Don't you hate that?
I'm going to search on the keyword I used.
They're throwing away your Christmas tree.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, they took ours today, too.
No. Oh, wait. Oh, I just didn't recognize it. It was there. I thought that was a sweater. Okay. So the poncho that I'm going to do is called Indigo Frost. And it's a worsted weight.
Oh, that's pretty.
And it has a turtleneck and you don't have to do that weird
pom-pom.
No, I'm not doing that. And then it has some slip stitch color work, and then it has eyelets in it. I think that's how they're doing the increases. And
all right.
What I have a bulky one. It's made out of super bulky Cascade. That big one. I love that, but it's really too warm to wear in the house. I had originally made it because I thought it would be good for those evenings when I'm cold enough to put a blanket over me, but I have to have my arms out to knit, and I was like, I'll make a poncho, and then I'll have like a blanket on the top of me, but it's really too warm for that. Really? My house doesn't get that cold. So I was like, if I had like a sweater weight poncho that was just more like a worsted weight or whatever, that would be really good. And I like this one because it's got kind of an A-line design to it. It goes out. It's not one of those ones that like are meant to be like close keeping your arms, because when you do this with that, it just bunches up. I wanted something that would lay down on me more like a blanket, and then I could just knit. So I saw that, and the original was knit out of Cascade 220, and I knew I had a ton of Cascade in my stash, deep stash. But then I was like, you know, I have some really nice Dream in Color Classy in my stash, and I'm going to use that. I have 2 or 3 color sweaters worth in there. I got to look and see which one I'm going to pick, but so that's.
Are you going to do the color work, or are you just using it for the style? I'm going
to do the whole sweater in Classy, and then the color work will be from scraps of whatever I have.
So is it a bottom up or
top down? So you start from the neck.
Okay.
You do the slip stitch color work with 2 or 3 colors of your choice, and then you knit the rest of it. It's in stockinette with yarn overs, I think. I haven't bought the pattern, so that's just based on me looking at this. So I don't know if that's 100% true, but I liked the looseness of it. There we go.
Somebody made a new friend.
A-line. So you have this ability to move without it bunching up your shoulders. Mm-hmm. And mine will probably be a deep red or a maroon color. That's what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'll do on the color work. I'll see what I have in my scrap bag.
And no pom-poms, huh?
I'm not going to do the pom-poms. I'm not a fan of the pom-poms. I think they're weird. Your mileage may vary, but I'm not a pom-pom kind of girl. You.
And I would never put, I was just going to say, I would never put pom-poms.
I know, I was going to say, I don't need any pom-poms in this area. So, yeah, no. So that's my future date. I was hoping to work on it before today, but I have to make my daughter a pair of mittens before I start that. So that is my next thing that I'm going to put on the noodles. Because she's borrowing my mittens right now because it's so cold out.
We went from like 60 degrees to 30 or below.
Yeah, it was like in the morning when my daughter goes to school, it was like 5 degrees.
Yeah, it's been really brutally cold. I had to take Zachary to a doctor's appointment, and my car wouldn't start because it was so cold with the automatic starter. I opened it up, and you could hear it go, hit, hit. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's not going to start.
It got really cold.
It did, really quickly, too.
And we got snow, like randomly got snow.
And we are still dealing with that snow.
Yeah.
Ice now, because it's wet snow.
Yeah.
Baubles and Bling.
Baubles and Bling.
All right. We have a lot because we had some in prior, and in the
we
meantime,
gave each other
we got
Christmas
more.
presents last episode, and so we have to show you that because.
Yep. And we got more from other sources.
Because then Christmas happened. And then...
So the first Christmas gift we both got was from Allison.
A viewer. A lovely viewer.
A very lovely viewer. So she sent us a very nice card that she handpicked the charms for mine, and when she saw this for Wendy, she knew she had to get it. So Wendy got a mug.
From Jeju Island, which we learned last time was where?
In Korea.
In Korea. So this is a Starbucks mug, people.
From South
Starbucks from South Korea.
That's cool.
Who else has one of these?
No one.
Nobody. I love it.
And she made me these stitch markers with sheepy charms, and the sheepy charms are detachable?
Yeah, they're those movable.
Yeah.
So that you can move them anywhere you want. They're not on the needle.
And I love these sheep. They remind me of Shaun the Sheep. Shaun the Sheep.
But that was really sweet.
It was very sweet of you, Allison. Thank you. I like these. And then this little pin reminds me of the kilt skirts that we used to use when we were little. That I always hated, but the kilt skirts, just because a little bit more air than you wanted. So my Christmas gift from Wendy was a hand-picked fabric and
I had a custom bag made. I picked out the fabric, but Lois helped me.
It's Lois, my bag's bag. Custom made for me, thank you. Made out of canvas, which I love. Like an upholstery style canvas. Inside with pink and gold dots. And a matching...
Notions pouch.
Thank you, I couldn't think of the word. Notions pouch, which I already have some stuff in there. She gave me a not a matching, but it coordinates well.
coordinating tape measure.
And she also put in a needle and scissors for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
and
all
I
set.
put some stitch marker rings in there, but they're not like, they're just rings. They're not fancy.
Mine aren't either. Mine, like, whatever I buy are just like $1.99.
No, I mean, what I carry around is like that too, but I just...
And then Lois threw in some stitch markers
Yeah,
for
you
me.
can put those in there too.
So, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Lois, thank you for helping me pick out the fabric, because I knew that you liked the canvas. So Lois went through and pulled all of her canvas out so I could pick which one.
And Lois knows I like the handles.
She does. She knew you liked that style of bag.
I do. I love that. Well, my favorite bag is the Rhinebeck bag.
Yeah, I said to her, I want to give her a bag, and I know she really likes the Rhinebeck bag, and she was like, I know exactly what to do. We have to make it out of canvas. I'll pull all my canvas out. She pulled her canvas out. She sent me photographs of every canvas material she had in her stash. And
I love the colors.
I thought it was really pretty. I thought it was kind of like a summery one.
It is.
I mean, it's year-round, but it's like a summery one. So it kind of rounds out your collection.
Yes. I love it. Right now, though, I'm using my Blue Moon for my Blue Moon. I will use that. You would. And I will use this for my next gift. My next gift was from Lois herself. This is my second favorite yarn. Blue Moon will always be my first. This is my second. This is Gypsy Girl Creations. When I go to Rhinebeck each year, I go to the Fold, where I first got my Gypsy Girl Creations. I have yet to be able to buy them from there since. This is Cherry Blossom. So she gave me 2 skeins of Gypsy Girl Creations Transitions yarn. This is, I don't want to call it a gradient, but it transitions from white to pinkish red.
Yeah.
And then this one does the same thing. So, I mean, if I was to do socks, I'd get a sock that was one color all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
What I did with my first Gypsy Girl Creations, because I wanted to showcase the white, and I knew I did striping using reverse ends.
Yeah, that was really pretty.
But this, with my other Gypsy Girl Creations in the peony colorway, which is no longer available because I looked, I did an Easy by Martina Bem.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And I think that's what this is going to be, but for me. So I say. I always say. But when I cast this on, hopefully in a couple of months, I will be using this bag. Because I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I think that's all from my baubles.
So I got a lovely present from Lois that I want to show, but I have a problem with that. Number one, she knit me mittens from Spilly Jane Knits, the Gnome mittens, and I'm going to put a photograph of them here. I lent them to my daughter this morning because until I knit her a pair of mittens, she doesn't have any mittens to wear. So I let her wear them. But they're super cute, and I love them. And Lois was really worried that they wouldn't fit me because they have an afterthought thumb, and she thought that they were very small. But they fit me fine.
Good.
I don't have big hands. I have small hands.
Yeah, I got big hands.
My hands are kind of narrow. So... They're like narrower than your hands.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So they fit me great. I love them. She also got me the coolest stitch gauge. It's a wooden stitch gauge, and it's square, and I'm going to show you a picture of it. It'll be in the same picture as the mittens. I put it away, and I can't remember where I put it away. I'm pretty sure it's in my... storage hassock over there, but I didn't want to dig everything out of there. So I will dig that out afterwards. If I can if I find my hand on it right after this, I'll take a picture of it separately so you can see it. It's really cute, and it's from, I have a picture of it on here, and I will tell you where it's from. It is from Twig and Horn is the name of the stitch gauge. Oh, I think it also is a needle gauge. See?
Yeah, it looks it.
He has a needle gauge in the bottom. I didn't notice that until I looked at it, but it's really cool. It's made out of wood. It's really pretty. And she got me a bracelet, too, that says friend, which I love.
Nice.
So it was nice, I know, because I think she felt bad because she thought that I wouldn't like the mittens,
Aww.
which apparently she had a lot of trouble knitting. So God bless her for making something and sticking to it, even though she hated knitting it. That's a good friend. So thank you, Lois. I love my presents. So that was from her. Sheila gave me, I don't have everything here because the gift card's in my wallet.
Oh.
She gave me a gift card to Bed, Bath, and Beyond because I got my bathroom done, and she gave me lavender triple milled soap, which I have stuck in the holder where I keep all my face cloths, and now all my face cloths smell good. They do. It smells so good.
Oh,
and
this
she
is so
did
good.
2 dishcloths in my bathroom colors, my new bathroom colors. And I'm going to use the gift card to buy some hand towels because we need new hand towels. But I haven't done that yet because hasn't been time. But I love, this is one of my favorite soaps. It makes everything smell so good. And so until we get done, I have some lavender thyme soap right now that from Diabolical Yarns is in my bathroom. But when that's all gone, I'll pull that one out. But until then, it's in my holder with all my face cloths. So when you take a face cloth out, they smell so good.
That's awesome.
I know. I'm like, I might even just leave it there.
There you go.
So that was from Sheila. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And then my mother got me 2 gnomes for my gnome collection from Going Gnome. If you've watched this show for any length of time, I have a bunch of these. This year she got me this. They're the sunflower man and wife.
Pretty. I like them.
I love them. I love how the man's beard is green. And I love how they have sunflower hats. And I love how on the very first ones I got, they didn't have these. But now she has like a steel or a little button that says Going Gnome on it in the bottom. So you know that's where they're from. They're so cute. And that just adds to my collection. And the last thing that I got, oh, sorry, I forgot I took it. The whole reason I took it out of the bag. So I didn't ask for a lot of fiber-related stuff this year in terms of yarn and stuff. I really didn't. I did put signature needles. I did put signature needles on my list, but I put a lot of other stuff on my list, and frankly, I'm glad that I got what I got. Because I could use more signature needles, but I don't really need more signature needles. But one of the things that was on my list that I forgot I had even asked for was Gleaner, the ultimate fuzz remover. And this is I had heard people rave about this. It's a, what do you call those things? It's
a lint brush?
A lint brush, but it's also got this other end where you can put different attachments to depill your sweaters. And it comes with one that's got like kind of this look to it.
That is the one that you would use for like your pilliest of pills.
And then it's got this one that's kind of like sandpaper. And then it's got this one that's like really, really fine grit sandpaper. So I think I haven't read the directions yet, but I think that based on the kind of material you're working with, is like I'd probably use this for my my big Malabrigo sweater that gets all the pills on it, because this would really get them off. But you just snap whichever one you're using on the end, and when you're done, you press a little button and eject it. And I haven't tried it yet because I just opened it today out of the packaging.
Well, we did try the lint remover.
Yeah, the lint remover works great because I have a lot of hair and lint on my shirt, and it took that right off. I don't work anymore, so I don't really care if I'm linty, but it's a good lint brush too. Like, it's nice that it's a combo.
Right.
And I like that it comes with this little pouch so that you can keep everything together and it's not just loose. Gleaner, the ultimate fuzz remover. And I did not know this when I asked for it, but apparently it is as seen on TV.
Oh, is it?
Yep. Who knew?
I didn't know that.
Where did I see
that? Oh, yeah.
As seen on TV.
Oh, my gosh.
Ultimate fuzz remover. Yep.
Huh.
It moves unsightly pills, fuzz balls, lint, and pet hair with Gleaner's patented safe edge system.
So that you don't create holes in your sweater.
It's battery-free, ergonomic,
Battery-free?
Battery-free, ergonomic, and most of all, it works. So.
That's funny.
We'll see. I'll let you know after I depill something.
We'll really find out if it works.
I know. This isn't really pilling, or I'd try it on.
No,
that.
I know. I was looking at that too, and then I'm thinking,
like,
well, you know what? We
really
can try it on
pilling.
my sock if we want. It's just worsted weight socks. Let me see.
That's not really pilling them either. This is a little like.
That's more like felting.
Felting.
No, even my socks. This is Liberty wool, by the way, which makes.
But I'll tell
makes really good worsted weight socks.
I have a Malabrigo sweater that I made. It's beautiful, but it's the original Malabrigo. It's not Malabrigo twist, so it was a single ply. That thing pills like you would not believe. So I will definitely use it on that, and
You'll have to let me know because I might get one because Zachary's sweater. You remember Zachary? Well, first it was Max's sweater, and then Zachary's got tumbled with a dryer and some towels, and
I bet that would work on it. Gleaner, who knew? So that was my big fiber related stuff. Yeah, I got great Christmas presents. And I was kind of glad because this is the first year in a long time that I haven't asked for a lot of fiber-related stuff.
Right.
Because I have it all now. And it was kind of nice. I got, other stuff, like my Photoshop software that I am really enjoying. So
good.
That was good. So that's it for Baubles and Bling.
Crushes and heartbreaks?
Oh, did you tell about your club shipment?
Oh, no, I forgot about that.
She got her final club shipment. Good thing I have the notes from the episode that I deleted.
So I got my last Blue Moons Club shipment it didn't ship until almost the second week of December. They were running behind. And it's called It's All About the Bark. So it's somehow tree related. Now let me just state that the inspiration board didn't match what I was expecting. The inspiration board was really reds and blacks.
Yeah.
It had a lot of twisties. The patterns were fine. I like the sock pattern though. It's very similar to this, but you throw in a couple of
drop stitches, right?
Not drop stitches as elongated yarn overs, I guess is a good way of saying it. So I really like this color though. This has got some really dark. Oh, that's not bad. That's actually not that bad.
No.
Right there. It's got some darker colors, maroons, a touch of orange, and the gray.
Yeah.
And so what it's supposed to do with the pattern is when you get to a certain color, you do one of the stitches, and when you get to the color right next to it, you do it the other way. I just don't remember which was which. So this was my last of my shipments. I definitely wasn't going to sign up this year because any colorways that come out this year, I'll be able to get in a year. This was supposed to be exclusive. I'm sure it will remain exclusive. Unfortunately, I was disappointed with some of the colorways were very similar to other colorways that they have. So to me, there's like the only exclusivity is the name. But that's me.
I think it's hard.
It is hard, I know.
To come up with something new when you've done so much. And you're limited to like...
Right, this is 10 years.
Yeah.
So, and I understand. This happens to be medium weight, which I love. No, and it smells like wool.
I would hope it does.
I know, but I mean, really, it...
Oh, yeah, it smells like vinegar to me.
I smell sheep in this. So, we'll throw this in the pile of stash. So, Max has picked out my first 6 months of yarn. Which is actually kind of freeing because I just grabbed it and I knew I had to knit with it.
And so you did.
I did. Otherwise, I'd be like, well, I don't want to knit with this one yet. I don't want to knit with this one because I really probably did not want to knit with this one yet. But I am so glad I did.
Yeah, so that's good.
It is really good. Have someone else pick out from your stash. It's so much better. I mean, if you don't care what you're knitting so much.
Right.
But, so, yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry.
So, yeah, I noticed it on my notes. It's a good thing I took notes last week. This is all we have left of the episode. So, crushes and heartbreaks.
I even have that on my notes, and I still didn't do it. Crushes and heartbreaks. I have several crushes. Again, I wrote them down. So, my house is pretty much done. We got it all painted. The ceiling's done. We moved all our stuff back. this weekend.
Isn't it nice to have nice white ceilings again?
It is.
I know.
It is.
Like,
I forgot.
My ceilings are fabulous
We've
now.
been dealing with that ceiling for more than this past year because we had little dribs and drabs.
You had issues before.
So it's really nice. And we changed the color of our bedroom. And we changed the whole setup of our bedroom, which was nice to do too. So we got new light fixtures. We found out last night that we really can't use an overhead fan in our bedroom for several different reasons. One, he'd have to change out the electrical box inside because it's plastic. It needs to be metal. Yeah. So that it doesn't fall on us. And two, if we really got a fan, we'd be decapitating ourselves because our bedroom ceilings are very low.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
My bedroom ceilings are very low, too.
After we record today, we are going to return the ceiling fan that we bought and buy just a plain light fixture because the guy is due back tomorrow, and we really want him to install the light fixture.
Yeah, so that you don't have to.
Right. Well, they're the ones who took them out, so really they're the ones who need to install them. So it was sad on that note, but we did a lot of decluttering. Our trash barrel was full by Saturday. And pickup wasn't until today. Our recycling bin is full, and pickup for that isn't until next week. I mean, it is full. So, but it was nice to clean out everything.
Yes, it's a good reason to redo when you have to, like, take everything out. Anyway, you might as well throw out.
The next room we're going to tackle, well, we're going to hopefully try and do our kitchen over. My stepfather's going to try and help us. Our kitchen used to be an outside wall. We did an addition about 10 years ago, right before Zachary got sick. And they just kind of plugged the window and plugged the door and kind of left it as is. So these people were able to wallboard that whole wall. And oh my God, what a difference it makes.
You saw my bathroom.
My God, it looks so good. So now we're talking about extending our countertop and cabinet. My stepfather's going to help us with that, hopefully. A little bit of a heartbreak. Zachary had an appointment today for his hearing, and I didn't realize why we had the appointment. So Zachary has hearing aids. He has what's called high-frequency hearing loss. He lost his use of high frequency. Now, that does not mean he can't hear high volumes. It's weird how your hearing works. It's actually high frequencies, the softer sounds.
Right.
And it's not even soft. A lot of smoke alarms are high frequency. Mm-hmm. And that's loud, but it's the frequency.
Right.
So he can't hear, like, plurals at the end of words. He can't hear engines of a car when they're driving by. We actually have a sign up in our neighborhood. Yeah. That says, go slow, deaf child. So what was happening is his left ear is better than his right, and it's always been the case. I'm not sure why. Maybe he was leaning on his right side. I don't know. We were talking about a lot of stuff today, which was really interesting. Like, I really got more information. What's happening is on his right ear, his word recognition has diminished. It's nothing that the hearing aids can fix. Right. So what's happened is in the past, say out of 100 words, just throwing that out, he would recognize 77 out of them in both ears. Well, the last time he was tested, his left ear tested 77. His right ear tested 48.
Yeah, that's nice.
So they retested him again. Today it was 56. A little bit better, but still not great. So we are now getting in touch with the cochlear implant team. It's not something that's going to get done this year, but they want him on the radar because obviously it's getting worse. Right. And if they want to do it, they want to do it really before he gets to be an adult because kids tend to adapt better than adults. So it was a little bit of a shock because really she goes, I'm sure Jane told you about this, and I'm thinking, yeah, no. She didn't. So we're also going to get scheduled for a sleep study. And after a sleep study, maybe some allergy testing. I'm sure you've been hearing a little snorting in the background. Yeah, that's been driving us. Pug. Oh, it's been driving us insane. And we've been giving him allergy meds. I don't know what else to do. So, that's more of a heartbreak there. again, I have always known that he would not be done. With the kind of issues he has, he will never be done.
No.
I mean, you're trading, so he had liver cancer. We're trading one disease for another, which is a liver transplant. So you're always watched on that. And his hearing loss is related to actually, he was born with a heart defect and he was put on what's called ECMO. It's all related to that. And then add the cancer drugs. And that didn't help.
Yeah.
So. C'est la vie. It is what it is.
My crushes and heartbreaks. My crushes, I had a great holiday. My family was here for the holiday, and we had a good time. And
see, I've already forgotten the holiday.
We had a lot of fun. We have things that we do every year. We have little traditions. We go to a Polynesian restaurant, Kowloon, every Christmas Eve, and that's always that restaurant is so crazy. I don't know. It's like a fun restaurant to go to. We always have a really good time. And we get poo-poo platters, and it's fun. And Mai Tais. Mm. And I had a great Christmas. I really couldn't be happier with the gifts that I got this year. Everybody gave me really thoughtful gifts, and that doesn't always happen. So that was really good. And it was sad to see my parents go, but I'm looking forward to this year because I'm hoping that we're going to put our house on the market. So we have work to do in that area. But my bathroom's all finished, and that really makes everything seem better. And we finally got the cabinet moved out of the hallway, which was driving me nuts. So that's good. And as soon as I put away all the Christmas decorations, I feel like my house will go back to normal.
Yeah.
I already took the tree down because I wanted to get that out of the house right away. We have to move, you can tell, we have to move our table here out of the way because it takes up room, and everybody hits their head on the lamp because I have 8-foot ceilings because I live in an old house. So it'll be nice to not have that going on anymore. What did I just do here?
You drop a stick?
I can't tell if I... See, I slipped some of these and knit some other ones, so I did one of them wrong. I can't tell which one it is. So anyway, my heartbreak is that my son was finally diagnosed with ADHD, which is not unexpected given his neurological problems, but I was kind of hoping it wouldn't, come to that.
Right.
His tics have gotten so much better since he had therapy. And it's like when he controls his tics, all of a sudden the other side of it got so bad. So he is starting treatment this week. He'll have medication and cognitive behavioral therapy. I feel really terrible about the medication, but after dealing with him for the last year and talking to everybody, it's the right decision for him. So, that means another appointment every week. And we have multiple appointments because when you're on the medication, you have to be monitored frequently until it gets adjusted. And we have to have another 504 meeting because now his 504 plan has to be updated because he has a new issue. And to top that all off, both the therapist and his pediatrician think he definitely needs to be checked for learning disorders, particularly dysgraphia, which is it's a type of dyslexia that has to do with the way that you write. And given his results on his most recent PARCC test, yeah, it's an issue. Everything is all high. The writing section, bam,
really?
Low. Yeah, it's really noticeable. It's not normal. So that I have to schedule that. So that's just... I feel it's a heartbreak because I feel like this kid never gets cut a break. You know, it's just one thing after the other. But like everything else, we'll just deal with it. And it'll get over with. So that's it for my crushes and heartbreaks.
The good thing is that kids are so resilient that they just...
this is all... When I say this, it's all on me. He cares not at all.
Mm.
I'm like, you have this. Oh, okay. You're going to have to take a medication. All right. We have to do more on your 504. Okay. He doesn't care. That's his life. He doesn't know anything different.
Right.
It's just all this. It's all on me. All
Right.
this is upset is on me. So.
No, I hear you.
But it is what it is. We'll deal with this like we have everything else. And the good news is we already have the 504 in place. So it's a lot less struggle to get the new accommodations done. And if he does end up having a learning disability, it will be quite easy to modify it to an IEP. So, because it's already in the system. Let's not put cat butt on the screen.
Oh, bye-bye.
So, anyway, that's my crushes and heartbreaks. Great holiday. Now I have to deal with all the fallout. Oh, my other crush is that I got my mammogram and my other girly appointments done today. Don't have to go back for a year, hopefully. As far as I know.
Right, let's keep the fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed that I don't have some other problem that I have to get fixed. But I feel like this time it went well. Last time when I got done, I was like, oh, I think they're going to call me back.
Really?
Yeah. This time I feel like it went well. So hopefully no more boob problems. So
that would be good.
Gossip and Innuendo. We're doing the book review next week. Cast Iron, Cast On from Cooperative Press. It's really amazing. There are 16 patterns and 20 recipes, and some of the recipes are really good. And when we do that review, we will be having a contest for that. So
great.
Tune in and stay tuned.
Yay.
Also, I think everybody should go check out Down Cellar Podcast group. She has a lot of coupon codes for her pigskin party.
Yeah.
And she is featuring one lady this week. Oh, it might be a man. I don't know. His name is Noelle Margaret. Or her name is Noelle. I think it might be a her. Her name is Noelle Margaret. I don't know. Noelle is like, maybe that's a girl's name, but it's also a guy's name. It can be both. And then Margaret is a girl's name, but
that could be a last name.
I don't know. Anyway, Noelle Margaret has the cutest animal patterns. She's got like a cowl that is like got a cat head on it that you pull. It's like a keyhole cowl that has a cat head on it. Okay. And she has like these little fox heads that you can hang on the wall.
Oh, all right. I saw that post.
Cute. Yeah. She has a bunch of. She has also a like a fox cowl that looks like a fox scarf. She has some cute.
That's supposed to look like a fox. Fox fur.
Right. So I would check out the group so you can learn more about this pigskin party thing, which is why she has all these coupon codes. But also check out that designer. By the way. It's a she. It is a she.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't read the profile. Okay, so her stuff is super cute.
I like the little heads mounted on the wall.
Not everything is subject to the coupon code, but a lot of it is. So check it out because I saw that on Instagram today and I thought, I would like that. I might buy one of those patterns. And I thought other people should know about this because she's apparently been designing for some time and I've never noticed her. She's never been on my radar. And her stuff is super cute.
It is cute.
So.
She does sewing apparently too.
Check it out if you have the chance. And if you might also like to check out the podcast.
Yeah, it's I've listened to it a couple times. It's an audio podcast, just so you know.
But they do this pigskin party thing
that I've kind of been doing. I don't get it as involved in it as everyone else is, but basically you get points for every yardage of knitting you do per project. So if you do a pair of socks with 400 yards, that's 21 points. If it's 430, that's 3 points over because field goal.
Right.
If you do a large project like my Edison shawl, it should instantly get me like 500 points.
Cool.
And for every point you get, you put your name in for a drawing or something like that.
Yeah, and then they have a lot of sponsors that do coupon codes and
prizes. You get extra points for using sponsors. Like I've gotten extra points for using Knitting's My Bags with my projects.
Right.
So it's fun. It's just it coincides with the football season, and it's going to be ending soon because the last day of the contest is Super Bowl Sunday, which will be coming up in a couple of weeks in February.
So check it out.
Which, by the way, our team did not do well this past weekend. They lost. Ew. Oscar, you're shedding all over my stuff.
Yeah, he's a shudder.
Ew.
I did something terribly wrong with this pattern. I gotta go. I just slipped when I should have knit, or knit when I should have slipped. It's gonna take a lot longer than right now for me to figure it out. So anyway, I think that's it.
You mad? Huh?
We'll do the book review next week, and hopefully we'll be on a weekly track again. It was really hard over the holidays just because Sheila has a busy work schedule. A lot of people were going out in her office, and
yeah, I have a feeling I'll be filling in quite a bit because we had a lot of openings in our office, and a couple internal people took outside positions, and some of those internal, if you want to call them, were also fillers or floaters like me. So without those people floating, it gets put on just a few more, and I'm sure more people will get into floating. To float to an offsite, you have to know how to register and order the tests.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Nope.
I'm making Oscar bite my pen. Show him how you do it, Oscar. Up here. Up here. Show him how you do it.
Let's see. What are you putting it on his nose and he doesn't want it?
I don't know. He just bites it. I'm not really clear on why. He might bite yours. He had to smell it first and then he bites it.
As long as he doesn't bite us. Fun with Oscar.
All right. So
on that note.
Poor baby.
We pick it on you. We pick it on you.
Bite it. Bite it. Yeah. Do you want it?
Yeah, all right.
He's like, all right, I'll do it one more time.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. And Knit with Heart.
Knit with Heart. Bye.
Bye from Oscar, too.